In our modern world where morals are fluid and truth is subjective, we often find ourselves adrift in a sea of uncertainty. The ancient wisdom of Proverbs June 16th, 23 serves as a timeless compass, guiding us towards a life of righteousness and moral integrity. It unveils 7 abominations that are particularly abhorrent to God, offering profound insights into the nature of sin and its devastating consequences. Understanding these sins is not merely an academic exercise. It is crucial for navigating the complexities of life and building a just and compassionate society. The world often tempts us with alluring shortcuts and easy gratifications. Proverbs June 16th, 23, however, stands as a stark reminder that true fulfillment and lasting joy are found in aligning our lives with God's principles. By recognizing and rejecting these abominations, we choose the path of righteousness, a path that leads to individual flourishing and societal harmony. Each of these 7 sins represents a distortion of God's design for humanity, a deviation from the path of love, truth, and justice. Proverbs June 16th, 19 lists 7 things that the Lord detests: haughty eyes, a lying tongue, hands that shed innocent blood, a heart that devises wicked schemes, feet that are quick to rush into evil, a false witness who pours out lies, and a person who stirs up conflict in the community. These abominations represent a comprehensive picture of human sinfulness, encompassing not only outward actions but also the inward thoughts and intentions of the heart. Haughty eyes, for instance, speak of pride and arrogance, an inflated sense of self-importance that blinds us to our own flaws and the needs of others. A lying tongue represents deceitfulness and dishonesty, the erosion of trust that forms the bedrock of healthy relationships. Hands that shed innocent blood symbolize violence and cruelty, the disregard for the sanctity of human life. Each of these sins carries with it a bitter harvest, leading to broken relationships, shattered communities, and a profound sense of spiritual emptiness. Pride isolates us from others, creating barriers to genuine connection and intimacy. Dishonesty erodes trust, the foundation of any healthy relationship, leaving behind a trail of suspicion and broken promises. Violence inflicts pain and suffering, tearing apart the fabric of society and leaving lasting scars on individuals and communities alike. In contrast to the path of sin, the path of virtue, though often challenging, leads to life in its fullest sense. Humility, the antidote to pride, opens our hearts to others, fostering empathy, compassion, and genuine connection. Honesty builds trust, creating a safe and secure environment for relationships to flourish. Kindness and compassion heal wounds, mend brokenness, and foster unity within families and communities. Section 4. The Path to Enlightenment. The wisdom of Proverbs 6:16-23 is not merely a set of prohibitions, it is an invitation to a more enlightened and fulfilling way of life. By understanding the destructive nature of these sins, we are empowered to make choices that align with our deepest values and aspirations. We can choose humility over pride, honesty over deceit, and compassion over indifference. This process of transformation begins with self-reflection, with honestly examining our own hearts and identifying areas where we may be prone to these sins. It involves seeking forgiveness for past transgressions and making amends for any harm we may have caused. It requires cultivating virtues that stand in stark contrast to these abominations: humility, honesty, integrity, compassion, and a deep reverence for the sanctity of human life. Section 5. The Enduring Relevance of Ancient Wisdom. Though written centuries ago, the wisdom of Proverbs 6:16-23 remains strikingly relevant in our modern context. The sins it condemns, pride, dishonesty, violence, greed, deceit, slander, and discord, continue to plague individuals and societies alike, leading to brokenness, suffering, and a profound sense of moral bankruptcy. In a world grappling with unprecedented levels of division, violence, and injustice, the call to embrace righteousness and reject wickedness has never been more urgent. By heeding the warnings of Proverbs 6:16-23 and aligning our lives with God's principles, we can contribute to the healing and restoration of our communities and the world at large. Section 6. Conclusion. A call to righteous living. Proverbs 6:16-23 is not merely a list of prohibitions, but a profound meditation on the nature of sin and its devastating consequences. It is a call to righteous living, an invitation to embrace a path that leads to individual flourishing and societal harmony. By understanding and rejecting these 7 abominations, we choose the path of life, a path that aligns with our deepest longings for love, truth, and justice. The journey towards righteousness is not always easy. It requires constant vigilance, self-reflection, and a willingness to confront our own shortcomings. Yet the rewards are immeasurable, a life of purpose, meaning, and deep fulfillment, a life that reflects the very heart of God. Let us therefore heed the wisdom of Proverbs 6:16-23, allowing its timeless principles to shape our thoughts, words, and actions, and guide us towards a life of righteousness and moral integrity.